Hey Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest toy review here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. We took a week off and now we are back in a big way with this hugely anticipated box set that is unfortunately Walmart exclusive, but we all understand what goes into making and releasing toys now, and that Walmart is the big, bad, best, well, not best, but the biggest retailer of toys, so they have a lot of control over who gets what and how things get made. And NECA has done their best to work with Walmart to get us awesome stuff like this box set representing the legendary confrontation between the vigilante Casey Jones and the other vigilante, Raphael, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I freaked out quite a bit over whether or not I was going to be able to get this box set. Fortunately, I got in with the pre-orders. It got sent to me, and it was actually packaged pretty carefully compared to some other stuff I've gotten from Walmart. So I got to give them props on the way that they handled this one. We look at the back of the box here, and we see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Casey Jones and Raphael in disguise. Now you can catch America's favorite green teens in their first live-action blockbuster film. After wading in a puddle of radioactive waste, these radical reptiles are transformed into New York City's greatest crime-fighting quartet. Raphael's a skilled, sai-wielding ninja. Beware, when he gets angry, you don't want to be around. Casey Jones, the masked vigilante, carries a golf bag on his back filled with clubs, bats, and sticks, makeshift weapons in his war against crime. These highly detailed figures feature an assortment of movie-accurate accessories with over 30 points of articulation for maximum posing power. Got some cool shots on the back of the figures in action. Again, I appreciate the artistry of figure photography, but also it would be cool to have some actual shots from the movie. But whatever, it doesn't matter. You can see on one side of the box we got some cool shots of Raph. On the other side of the box, we've got Casey. Cool packaging, looks great. It's got the movie poster elements spread out across the nice window on the front that shows the figures and the tons and tons of accessories that you're getting in this set. Simple but cool. And then, of course, here on the bottom, my favorite detail of NECA's packaging, and that is that they put credits on the box for all the talented people that worked on this project. I love that. That's a huge deal to me. All right, let's get down to it. Oh, and you can see, this is interesting, just real quick. This is part of the Real Toys line that started years and years and years ago with NECA's, I can't even remember the first releases now, but it is part of their movie-based action figure line. So while, yeah, you look at this and it's like, oh, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures, they are a sub-line of the Real Toys line, which I think is pretty cool. All right, let's pull out our trusty 1964 box cutter, slice right through that circular piece of tape, and take these guys out and see how much goodness NECA has managed to jam into this box that we're now going to toss, because we do not keep boxes here in the Phantom Zone. All right. We're going to start out with Raphael because it's technically a re-release, although it's a major upgrade of the original release. Let's see how he is secured. Whoop, there goes his hat. You know, I feel like it wouldn't be a video without something falling on the floor. And we're back, having recovered Raphael's hat, the key element, or one of the key elements of his disguise, so that he can move through New York City undetected. All right, let's carefully take a look at the back here and see how these guys are held in. I hate these new tabs even more than twist ties. They are even more inconvenient and difficult to deal with than twist ties, and I hate twist ties. All right, I think that's it. We'll go ahead and clip Casey while we've got this thing turned over. Nail clippers, $1 at Dollar Tree. Go get a pair to help you open up your toys. All right, flip that back over, and let's pull Raphael out of here. Now, I am not going to bother removing his trench coat, because underneath he is the same as the already existing Raphael figure that came out as first as a Comic-Con exclusive, then as a GameStop exclusive, and now available in a 2-pack at Walmart with one of the other turtles. These are on shelves now. So if you missed all of those other releases, and this is why I say the partnership with Walmart isn't such a horrible thing for NECA to be doing. We wouldn't be getting these toys if not for this Walmart exclusivity. So you can't be totally down on the concept. So I actually have the 18-inch version of this figure. So as you can see, it's very, very similar. Obviously, the fabric of the trench coat is different. It's thinner and lighter. We've got the lining sort of sticking out of the bottom here. Oh, we got a little. That's I don't know if that's supposed to be sewn down or if that's just an oversight. Whatever the case, I can just tuck it back up in there. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to worry about it. This is an awesome, awesome figure. If you only get one Raphael, this is the one to get because you can take this trench coat off and he's just regular Raphael the Ninja Turtle underneath. On the back, you can see right there, he's got his bandana or his mask, his eye mask, tucked into the collar there, so that's cool. Tons and tons of articulation on this figure, but this isn't really even so much a review of Raphael, even though he's part of this 2-pack, but he is an older figure that we've seen before. But everything that you expect from NECA's Ultimate Figures is here. We've got the double jointed knees. We've got right there's a twist at the top of the knee, the top of the thigh, tons and tons of articulation on these guys. The ankles have a tremendous, NECA has moved far beyond their traditional peg ankles that would cause the figures to just fall over after a couple of months. We've got this great new, really standard throughout the 6-inch scale industry at this point. Marvel Legends have these. This is the ankle joint now. So he looks awesome. I love the annoyed look on his face. Perfectly captures the character of Raphael. He just looks pissed off, and I think it's great. And look at the buttons. The way that these buttons are sewn onto the trench coat. The buckle. Just all of the detail in the soft goods here are amazing. We've got a little pocket here. I'm going to take a look at that again in a minute because I think that's kind of an important detail and one that I hadn't really even looked at on the 18-inch figure. And then over here, you've got backpack. It's just molded plastic, which is fine. Oh, we've got his belt tucked up under there. That should go over to the side here. Okay, so anyway, just molded plastic, but it looks great. Nothing needs to go in there because during the movie we never see him put anything in that backpack, so that's fine. I like that. Fits on perfectly. He looks amazing. Now let's see how well this hat fits on here. That's got to go sort of over the knot in the back, I guess. And there you go. Raphael in disguise. Obviously, he could go see Critters in New York, and nobody would know that he was a 5-foot talking turtle, except for a cab driver, I suppose. Let's take a look at the accessories in this half of the box set. All of these Turtles releases come with a ton of extra hands. I think that's great. He's got the Jose Canseco bat hand, and then the irritated gesturing hand. Just great. And these will switch out easily on the figure. I don't need to do it because I've got 4 others that I know they work great on. And then over here, we have got, honestly, a little above and beyond because it's not really necessary for this Raphael to come with these alternate bandana or eye mask pieces. But they put them in there because why not? They go with the figure, and they're just, slightly different poses, but you can see they plug into the back of the mask. Actually, we'll do that right now. Shouldn't be too big a deal. That one pops right out. and then you plug an alternate sculpt in. Super easy. And you can have, oh, I'm falling! Oh! Just lots of different cool options you have for this figure that, like I said, in theory could be your only Raphael figure, because this does come off and he's just a regular Raphael movie Ninja Turtle underneath. Let's set all that aside. Continue on. There are some more accessories. Let's see how hard it is to get into this middle tray here. This is where things start to get really exciting with this set, because, like I said, while we don't have that Raphael in disguise, we do have a Raphael figure. Now, this is cool. Again, NECA being super cool and throwing in an extra sigh, because at this point in the movie, oh, come on, camera, let's focus on these. There we go. At this point in the movie, Raph only has the one sigh because he lost it earlier on. April has the other sigh still. But NECA put two sighs in here. And what I'm curious to see is... Oh, no, you know what? I was thinking he had it in his pocket. Although, look at that. You can stick those sighs right in those pockets. Nice. I was thinking of when he was threatening the goons, but they're actually under his coat on his belt, because he opens up his coat and points at the sigh and goes, But still, I like that they can go in the pockets. That's pretty cool. And then finally, Raph's last accessory, a piece of pizza, because every single one of NECA's movie Turtles comes with a slice of pizza. I think that's great. All right, now let's get to what I think of. Let's get rid of that. Let's get to what I think of as the main event of this set, and that is none other... Oh, man, he's got one more stupid tie in there. Oh, boy. Let's get ready for an accessory dump. There they go. All right. Two more of these stupid things that are even worse than twist ties, in my personal opinion. And if you don't agree, feel free to leave a comment down underneath. I'd love to read your comments, and I will respond to each and every one of them. And comments left here on the Needless Things YouTube channel have made a difference in how I do things. So I appreciate your feedback. As long as it's helpful and constructive. It doesn't have to be positive. If you've got a thought about the way things are done, let me know. All right, so let's take a look at Casey Jones, played by Elias Koteas, who did not release his likeness to NECA for this figure, but according to Randy Falk, the guy who runs the show over at NECA, things have since changed, so I think we will be getting an unmasked Casey at some point in the future. Now, having said that, I'm not mad at this Casey. Here's why. If I'm going to put one Casey Jones figure on my shelf, he's going to have the mask on. I'm not going to put an unmasked Casey in my display if I've only got one out, because this is the iconic Casey Jones right here, this mask, which I've got a replica of on the shelf. So you can see that mask is a key part of his character. So while I want an unmasked Casey, I'm not mad that we've got this one with just the mask, and I'm not mad at potentially buying another one in the future, because that's how the toy business works, you guys. It's all about variants and different versions of popular characters. So Casey looks awesome. He looks like a total badass. Look at those arms. Now, Elias Koteas was really sort of shredded up in this movie. And you could see these veins. These are legit. This is how this dude looked in the movie. Super vascular and ready to kick some ass. I love his denim vest with the ripped off sleeves. Lots of detail back here in the seams and everything. The paint is great. You can see it has that sort of fabric-like look. And then up here, he's got the straps on the mask going down into his hair. This is as good a Casey Jones figure as we possibly could have gotten from the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. He's got his sweatpants on, which is... The sweatpants are the worst. Let's all go ahead and admit it, but let's also go ahead and admit that if you're going to fight crime, you want to be comfortable, right? So you want to wear some sweatpants. I'm fine with that. He's got regular jointed knees, but they do have the swivel at the top of the joint. And then down here, okay, so this is a little tough to see. I'm not sure how well this might show up. Oh, come on, zoom in. So there is a joint here. There is a pivoting joint right there that the camera will not focus on. It seems like you only have a swivel here, but you actually have, even though it's a high top shoe, NECA has put in this articulation that the camera just refuses to pick up. Let's move this junk in the background and see if I can get this zoomed in for you guys, because I think that stuff might be taken away. Camera. Hey. Okay, there we go. So you can actually see there is a joint there that gives you little range of motion. And then, of course, you've got, like I said, the swivel as well. So very cool. I like that. There is an abdominal joint underneath that t-shirt that has, once you loosen it up, you've got a nice range right there. So really nice mobility on this guy. NECA did a great job giving us a Casey Jones that's really ready for action. I love, look at the angle on those elbows. Look at the depth of that bend. That's fantastic. All right, so let's get into Casey's various accessories and try and keep that out of the way so that the camera will zoom in on the accessories and not in on what's going on over there. Got one more panel to open up. Got tons and tons of hands for Casey. And finally, everything is out of this tray, and we can toss that aside. You have got Casey's hockey stick. Very cool. Looks great. I love it. It's a little bendy, but you don't want it to be too rigid, because something this long, you put it in the figure's hand, it falls off the shelf, it snaps right here. This isn't going to happen with this. So it's sturdy, but a little flexible. So actually, wait, what is going on here? Because this is like a standard hockey stick. So I guess this is like a goalie stick or something. I know nothing about hockey. I apologize to our Canadian fans, but my ignorance is on display. And again, leave a note in those comments if you want to let me know what is going on with these two very different size sticks. I'm guessing this is a goalie stick. All right. Got the baseball bat, classic. NECA has released quite a few different baseball bats. This one is different. It's got the taping in both spots up here, just like Casey's in the movie does. So they didn't just reuse one of their existing baseball bats. This is all new. Got the golf club. I love it. Again, it's sturdy, but it's a little flexible. It's not going to break if the figure happens to fall over. Looks awesome. Look at that detail on the head right there. Beautiful. I love it. Casey's golf bag to carry his instruments of plunder. And this was one of my favorite features on the original Casey Jones action figure from the original Ninja Turtles line. Now, this goalie stick, he's not carrying this thing around in his golf bag, obviously. I'm curious to know, because I don't think this was in the movie. I'm curious to know what's going on with this thing. But this is great, because this reminds me so much of that original Casey Jones action figure that had the golf bag and the different instruments of plunder. And of course, I've saved the best for last. Cricket? You got to know what a crumpet is to understand cricket. I love it. It's so good. That goes right in there. Oh, you know what? Obviously, this is a Jose Canseco bat, but, all right. They couldn't put Jose Canseco on this thing. That would have been more licensing money, and we don't want to do that. We want to keep these things as reasonable as we can. So that's great. All of the instruments of plunder, all the international objects, if you will, fit right into that golf bag. Casey's got tons of hands. I'm not going to sit here and flip them all on and off of the figure, but you can see you've got a plethora of different poses and different hands to hold the various weapons. I can speak with confidence that they will switch in and out easily on the figure, because we've seen that time and again from NECA that they've really gotten down. I'll go ahead and switch one out here. They've really gotten down how to make a durable, because look how small that peg is. Like, that is not a really large peg, and where it's attached to the hand part is very small, but they've made this stuff so that it's durable, but also not ugly, I guess. It doesn't have big, giant, thick joints. So there you go. Those swap right out. They look great. So you guys, I am thrilled to have this set. Casey looks incredible. Raph looks incredible. I'm going to build a little alley diorama to put them in. I've already got the city street that NECA put out. I don't really see myself building a central park, though. But I can't wait to get these guys on the shelf, get them posed in their extremely annoyed at one another positions. So head to your local Walmart. Good luck. I hope you can beat the scalpers there. And if not, just be ready to pay online, because these guys are totally worth it. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more great unboxing videos.